Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series, the New Frontier Easy Mode series. This could be a lot of fun for us because we actually are going to be able to earn some money instead of having our prices on hard. So this would be really nice. In an 80-10 for 50% off. I did not mess with any of these, by the way. My mouse is just kind of hanging out here. We're going to take the extra little money here, and we're actually going to put the front weight on. And we're going to just go standard with wheel weights here, $56,818. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here's our tractor we're going to have to start this series. Very excited about that. Now, of course, we like to do start from scratch on this channel. It's just kind of how I like to operate. And because of that, we have ourselves a loan. This loan, it's a nasty one. It's every dollar we have. So we start with $500,000, $500,000 loan. But we also have some other rule changes we need to take a peek at. And so you can see we have seasonal growth turned off, snow turned off, crop destruction turned off. Everything else is pretty much the same, except I always turn off the automatic engine stuff, because otherwise it just drives me absolutely up a wall. So here is what the map looks like. You can see we have what appears to be 16 different chunks of land available. And they're not cheap chunks of land. That's the most noteworthy piece here. Now, we could buy some of these small pieces, but that would just be ignoring the chaos that we need to cause on this world. If we look to our left, down to the south here, this looks like a perfect spot to start our farm, actually. It's kind of close to the starting area. We could park some of our tractors up here. Yeah, we're going to buy this one right here, and because of that, we are pretty much broke. We have $167,000 left over, and with that, we need to figure out what we're going to do to make our money. What I'm thinking is we need to get ourselves a mower, because we could mow all of this grassland down. So I'm thinking mowers look good. I don't think we have a front implement here, so we want to go for a really big back mower if possible. Let's take a peek here. Mowing, we could get the $52,000 rear. Otherwise, we could go 32, but we missed some stuff. 49 pulls to the side a little bit. I mean, this one looks the best. Problem is we're not going to have much money left over if we do it that way. So we're going to go here, $16,500. It's not the worst idea, and I'll tell you why. We can also look to get ourselves a windrower, $19,500 for a pretty decent width. Very happy about this. And then, of course, we're going to have ourselves some fun. Wrapper-wise, I want to go as cheap as I can. This one can do small round bales here, $60,000. Bingo, it's blue. We're going to do some standard netting on this bad boy right here. Get ourselves a wrapper. This one can do round bales. Pretty happy about it. It's going to go on the 3-point though, so it'd be kind of annoying. This one would be much faster. I'm okay with annoying ourselves a little bit here. It can do 3-point and front loader. Works for me. Rainy wrap, perfect. Okay, leaves us $53,000, and we just need a way to transport them basically, and this is perfect. Right here, $2,800. We'll be able to get them on the back of here, and then we can figure out the other stuff a little bit later. Here we go. Look at all this stuff we already have. This is actually be pretty great. We have a lot of options available to ourselves. Now, of course, the tractor does start out damaged. I am not really a fan of that, honestly. I like to try to have as much of a clean start as possible. Let's hit this trigger here. Repair for $3,217. We're pretty much ready to go. We own land. We don't have a field, but we have a massive grass field. This could be exciting. This will be very exciting. So now, the fun part begins of just absolutely losing our minds and mowing for a long chunk of time. And just like that, that took me, I really don't even know how long it took me, but it definitely took me quite a good chunk of time. But I think this is going to be a perfect little starting field for us here. We definitely have room to expand, but for right now I think this is a nice little start. Just to be able to kind of see what kind of money we're going to be dealing with. Especially in terms of how many liters of grass we're going to have on this. Because it will ferment for us automatically. So let's get the windrower going and see what we can do here. This is going to take me quite a considerable amount of time. I think this is actually going to be slower than the mowing process was, which is kind of heart-wrenching. As much as I would love a bigger boy behind us here, this is the most economical. So I'm a little sad about this, but we really don't have that much of an option. It does look like it's going to cover 2 rows though, so hopefully it won't take quite as long. So with this time here, I do want to kind of talk about what this series is going to look like compared to our extra hard start from scratch, which, I mean, this one is like, it's kind of start from scratch, but we're starting with a $500,000 loan, so I really wouldn't call it start from scratch. But this one is going to be different in the idea that we have access to not only more money, but we are also going to be having access to many more mods. And the way we're going to get access to those mods, thank you for asking about them, is pretty simple actually. You guys are going to recommend what mods you want, and the first comment on a video is going to win the honor and privilege of selecting the next mod that we showcase. And now that being said, it's going to be the first comment on the video. I don't care if there's one with 100,000 likes, first comment. Alright. The only rule I have with this is it will have to be a mod on the mod hub. For one reason, I don't want malware on my computer. There's people with malicious intent out there, always will be, always has been. So if you want a mod to be selected, you know, if you're the first one to comment and be like, hey, I want this mod, make sure it's on the mod hub and try to give me like a little tab of like what section to look for it for, because even if you do get it, if I can't find the mod, I'm not going to be able to download it in the first place. So that's going to be the kind of the fun quirk about this series. We did it in FS25, but I don't really think I did it right. I had it on a series that was far too hard, and I felt a really heavy obligation to be able to purchase these mods, or at least the items of the mods, instead of being able to just kind of play the game. So this one, it'll be just, you know, we're going to have no obligation whatsoever, but if you want to have a mod in the game for it to have a chance to be used, that's what we're going to have to do, is just leave the first comment on the video, and there you have it. It'll be that easy. It'll be that easy. So I'm going to spend quite a while here torturing myself with this windrower for your entertainment. Let's do another time lapse. It took a while, yet again. I don't think it took as long as it did to mow it all, but this is a serious amount of rows that we are working with here. And it looks, I don't know what way I left this. It kind of looks like it goes this way. Yeah, it goes this way. So we can unhook this here. We have yet another part of the process here. But truth be told, I'm kind of getting a headache from just going down and back so much. So I'm probably going to take just a moment, but we're definitely doing this next. So enjoy again. I don't even know. Like, we have so much stuff going on. I think there's an unfold. Yeah, this is gonna take me a while. I think I'll cut back in when we have this done, because this is going to be a lot of bales, to my knowledge. judging by 2 on this outside line, almost 3. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. I'm gonna guess 50 bales. 50 bales on this field at about, let's see here, 3,500 means 180,000 liters. 180,000 liters of grass, which will translate to 180,000 liters of silage. $60,000 just in silage bales. That could be way off, but if it is $60,000 in silage bales, we're definitely going to need to get this field established so that I can just use the field guidance, the in-game stuff, because manually tracking it myself was definitely more work than I anticipated. So I'm gonna get all this done, and then I will be back because I think we've got a little while here. At the very least, this is going to be a process. So I'm thinking 50 bales. Let's see how close I get. Okay, I have come to the conclusion that this is taking just a very long time with the current piece we have here doing the wrapping for us. So we're going to do a little bit of an upgrade here. We're gonna drop to $14,000. Realistically, we're not gonna lose too much on this, but we're definitely going to go for the bigger option that we can pull behind. Bale turner on the end for 2,000 is actually a great deal, and of course we're gonna go with the Rainy Wrap White. We really only find ourselves out like another 18k or 16 looks like, but I think it's going to be much more for the better, because I won't have to stop and then drive forward to get the bale off the wrapper to then reverse onto the next one before doing it all over again. So I do think this is going to be far more economical for us, plus it can hold a very much greater amount of wrap on it. As you can see, it's going to be much more effective for us. Okay, there we are. Look at all these bales. This is kind of a lot of them. There's a lot of freaking hay bales out here, but that is a-okay because we still have one more main thing we have to try to accomplish here. And this one is a doozy, because we can move, it looks like 2 bales at a time. And 2 bales at a time, well, we might need to afford an auto-stack trailer just to help us with this, but for now, I want to see how this goes. Because it's not like it's hard work, it's just kind of painstaking in a way. There we go. And these things are all, I mean, not all of them. I still got 2 bales here, but they're all at least moved over here. This took way longer than I care to admit. I don't know why. I mean, I wish I would have had an auto stack for this thing, because it would have made it take considerably less time. But that's not something we had available to us, and that's fine. It really is. This doesn't just have to happen at the perfect pace all the time. It was definitely a little bit slow, but oh my gosh. Lights please. There we go. Look at this line of hay bales. Let's see what we got. I thought I had like almost exactly 50, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Perfect 25 means 50 bales. And I really do think that that's what I was predicting. 30, I guess 50 bales. But that being said, oh my gosh, this is absurd, and we're not even done yet. Officially 8 o'clock in the morning, and these bales are actually looking very, very beautiful. Look at the dirt we already have on this thing. I was honestly anticipating even more, considering just the size of the field we were just working. And I was just taking a quick peek at the for sale items. Nothing new. This is not going to regrow, is what I have just realized. So we have this area, and I don't even know how big it is, but we need to just go see how big of an area this is that isn't going to regrow. Because maybe we just look at making a giant field that we are actually going to farm ourselves, and then have one, like a meadow, that we're just going to mow for some early game profits here. Let's take a peek. Yeah, you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. A lot of this bottom area, there's this big triangle here that's not going to grow for us. So maybe we make our yard in here, because it looks like down here will not regrow. So this entire middle area, that's what we're going to try to keep mowed, I think. And of course we can knock some other stuff off of it, but we definitely should be looking at plowing our field over there to try to keep this meadow intact. Okay, so we have about 220 horsepower. We could get this 2.5 meter plow right now. Problem is it's going to take us a long time, but we only really have to plow our field once. So I'm thinking this plow right here is going to be one of the last things we do in this episode, because I want to make sure we can keep this series moving way faster than our hardcore series. I want to make sure that this one is noteworthy in its own outright, and I want it to be noteworthy and exemplified by just the absolute crazy amount of stuff we're going to get done every single episode. Now, this field, I'm led to want it start like right up here, because you can kind of see there's some patches in here. But I was thinking maybe if we go like straight this way. It's kind of backwards right now, but let's turn on create field. And I probably can't GPS something here. I don't think I can. Okay, that's fine. That is okay. So we're going to kind of try to keep our degrees at 360. I'm watching the square map first number. We're looking for 0/360 here. If it's too small, we go to the right. If it's too big, we go back to the left. And I just want to break this in to be one of our first fields. It doesn't need to be huge. It just needs to be here, or ready to go. I mean, that's already a pretty nice chunk. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to plant here. I'm kind of led to want to plant grass right away, because the grass planting itself is going to be fairly helpful. We already have all the tools to work with grass. So I think we're going to err on the side of a very large field. Now, again, I want to reiterate a couple things before I drop off here on you. These are the main things of the series. One, it's on easy. Okay, the series is going to move noticeably faster than our other series. Now, what does that mean for this one? It means we're going to be getting some crazy money. And hopefully, with this crazy money, I need to make this number a little bit this way, 270. With this crazy money, I am hoping to just get so much stuff done each and every episode that they're just super easy to distinguish. We're also going to have different logos on the thumbnails. So on this one, you've kind of seen that little hand holding a coin. That's the easy save. And then the one that's got like the steel looking crop on it, that's going to be the hardcore save. And of course, I'm going to brand both of the thumbnails kind of their own little way to help differentiate them very easily. Other than that, I really don't think I'm going to get much else done than finish this field. So enjoy the time lapse, and I hope to see you, everybody, next time. Take care.